Okay, so hello everyone, and welcome to the first week of the Introduction to the Engineering Design. And this subject is run for the first time at the Western Sydney Uni at the City Campus, and it's going to be run by myself, Dr. Ahmed Zubaidi, that I think I met you in other subjects before. So I'll be the lecturer and the tutor for this subject at the Western Sydney University campus. Myself, Dr. Ahmed Zubaidi, and you can find my email here and consultation procedure if you would like to have to discuss any problem with me. Everything is going to be beyond my authority. Then you can contact Dr. Peter Landrum and have a consultation appointment if you need to do that. So in the first video for the week number 1, I'm going to take you through a general introduction to the subject. We're going to talk about the subject content, the teaching and learning activities, and the assessments and the due dates. So we should solve the subject content, and I think that you know how to find your way now to the subject content through the view. And there are more details about the timetabling, for example, and the details about the assessment, but we're going to have a brief look in this video. So an overview of the subject is that this is a second-year design subject, provide a fundamental knowledge and skills development in the digital manufacturing and design, or what we call it simply as a DMD. So these different DMD technologies for the advanced manufacturing is going to given to you today, and also for the product design and the Industry 4. So the digital transformation happens throughout the world in the product development and the design. The student will engage with digital technologies, which stimulates innovate, integrated, and sustainable product development processes and workflows from design to manufacturing. As a part of the engagement with real-world design projects, a student will apply their skills to areas such as design, scenario analysis, rapid prototyping, and testing for improved manufacturing outcomes. A few opportunities, such as the WSU Formula and SAE Race Car projects, will allow the student to work alongside the industry partners and develop a job-ready practices for their future careers. So the weekly subject content will include 13 weeks of material covering, and we will start with the week number 1, which is Introduction to the Engineering Design. So within the week, we're going to start to have more advanced projects like the part assembly and drawings, the geometric dimensioning and the tolerancing, the theory and application of the computer-aided design. Then we start with digital manufacturing and design. Then we introduce you the product design and the Industry 4 in week 6. And in week 7, we are going to go to the rigid body dynamics and the motion analysis, where we're going to have a cover in week 8 the dynamic analysis for a single degree of freedom system. And then week number 9, we're going to talk about the multiple degrees of freedom systems. Then we're going to go back to the product lifecycle assessment or management or the PLM and the engineering data management EDM. Starting from there, I think that we're going to do some of the work in joint venture with the main campus, where we need to go or share some of the session that's happening in Parramatta campus. Week number 12 is going to be about the augmented reality, or what we know as the AR, and the Internet to the Thing, or IoT, and the digital twins, which is the DT. Also, in week number 13, we're going to have the group oral presentation of the digital design projects. So the SLOs of the subjects will include first develop the fundamental knowledge and the skills in the digital manufacturing and the design technologies. That will be the first SLO of the subject. Also, to solve a design problem using digital technologies and processes. 3, the implement of the appropriate digital design processes and workflow in the designing components for the real-world applications. 4 is to discuss the importance of the social aspects of the Industry 4 and digital engineering, and include the economics, the ethics, the safety, and the social impact. Fifth, they work collaboratively for a digital design projects. And finally, they communicate in a clear, concise manner to a diverse audience in a range of the formats, verbal and written, following ethical and academic integrity guidelines. Now we're going to preview with the teaching and learning activities. So this subject will be delivered in 3 modes, 2 hours lecture per week, face-to-face. Attendance compulsory, starting from the week number 1, Tuesday, between 12:30 to 2:30 at the room shown to you here. We are going to continue for 1 hour tutorial per week, face-to-face once again. Attendance is also compulsory, Tuesday between 14:30 and 15:30. And on the next day, we're going to have 3 hours lab per week, face-to-face, and this is compulsory. It's going to be run on Wednesday between 4:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. You can find here a list of reading material like textbook, the essential reading list, additional reading list, and also the online resources that are available on the view. We're going to try to provide you from as much as we can of the material, and I think that you can find the textbook available on the university library as an e-copy, and also we're trying to get you some of these uh, books available for you to be used in your study. The main software package we're going to use for this subject is going to be SolidWorks Education Edition. So you'll learn on how to use the MathWorks Simulink Education Edition from the MATLAB, and you're going to have a visual lecture who's going to tell us about the different types of the application and how to write down a simple codes or simple codes for your application that's going to be also developed by yourself in the future to have a full control about using the Simulink. For the IT support, definitely for the IT support for the city campus, you will find them in the level 2 of the building, in the counter behind the reception counter. But in the following slide, we are going to learn about how you can get a further assistance from the IT. So you should be still able to access to the PC at the computer labs at Western Uni campuses to get the access to SolidWorks, the MATLAB, and the other engineering softwares. And in case if you have any engineering software links do not work, please contact the ITDS staff via the email provided to you. If you prefer to work, or actually not about prefer because you need to attend the lab session anyway, but you can access to the SCEM lab machines through the horizon view remotely from home, and you don't have to come and use the lab physically during, for example, the weekends or the public holidays. And you can also find that these software are going to be free, and you can install them in your personal PC on laptop if you can go to this link provides you for the free softwares. To access the free software, you need to have an SCEM account, which stands for Specialist Computing, Engineering, and Math. And you can check some of the details in the support page given below. Well, the part that many of you is curious always about is going to be the assessments and the due dates for the assessments. So the assessment is going to be divided at 30, 30, 40%. The first 30% is going to be about the computer lab and workbooks. We're going to have 10 of these assessments submission. Everyone is going to be weighing 3%. These are individual work, should be start to be done in the next 10 weeks. So we have, as you can see here, 10 computer labs workbooks due to computer labs in the week 2 to 7 and then 9 to 12 respectively. For the quizzes, we're going to have 2 online quizzes, 30% in total, 15% each. It's going to be run online, and we're going to, well, away from the time we can have here, I will try to manage a different time through the semester. And finally, we're going to have a digital design project. We're going to weight 40%. It's going to be a teamwork, 2 to 3 students in every group, 10% group oral presentation weight, and 30% group digital design report. So just remember that only electronic submissions can be conducted online via the view, and marking criteria and the standards and submission requirements can be found in the learning guide uploaded on the view site. So we have different design projects for the engineering students, including the formal SAEA, and you can find the, for example, you can work on the solar car, the smart bike, the micro air vehicle, and a single wheel electric scooter or personal mobility device PMD. Well, it's up to you to go through these different projects. We can actually have a look about the project outline. Starting from the week number 4. However, I prefer that you do the team forming from the first day you're going to meet. If you know the student and you actually can trust them, you can form your team. Should include 2 to 3 students. The team submissions is going to be a PowerPoint slides and 10 minutes oral presentation to be recorded and submitted. A digital design project report, 30% per each group. The project report should follow the format standard technical reports of about 15 to 20 pages for a group, 1,500 words for each student. Should include the introduction, pre-literature review, the product design and development, the CAD, the finite element analysis or CFD motion analysis, the modeling using the MATLAB and the Simulink, summary and references. The similarity index should be below 10% in the Turnitin submission. So template for the team agreement should have the team number, the team name or company name if you want to make one, project description about 150 words, the personal about 100 words, the role of each member of the team, like the leader, the engineer, and the designer. The project task list should be listed, and the rules for the team activities also should be indicated. So also you can use a template for the team activities rules. You can see here that we have 11 questions. You don't have actually to answer them by word, but it's something like you write the rules to be within these rules that's been suggested to you. So the suggested timeline for digital design project development, and I prefer that you actually start with this suggested timeline. Week number 4 is going to be teams forming and the team dynamics, the design planning the week after. Week number 6 is going to be conceptual design. Then we're going to have detailed design, the detailed design stage number 2 and number 3, and number 4, starting from week number 6 till the week number 11. Then we're going to spend the week 12 to 13 to design finalization and the report writing. And in the week number 14, after doing the presentation in the week earlier, we're going to do the project finalization and the submission of the final report. The instruction of all the assessments can be found in the learning guide uploaded in the subject homepage of the view, and the student also can require to check the view regularly for the to engage with the online teaching and the learning activities. The penalization for the submission is going to be 10% per calendar day. Penalty is going to be applied for late submission. Remember that to pass the unit, you should achieve 50% in total, but you should have also a threshold of 50% for the digital design report alone. Now, in the next video, we're going to start with the engineering design. We're going to talk about the engineering design processes, the computer-aided design, and the computer-aided design, aided engineering and aided design. And also, we're going to have 3 about the Industry 4 and the advanced manufacturing.